Before we get into the sermon, we actually have an announcement that we want to make. I'd like to invite Kevin McVicker. Where's Kevin? Is he here? It's kind of important that he's here. All right, well, you know what? It's all right. I don't need him. I can talk. I can fill the space. I grew up here in Vancouver. How many of you guys grew up in Vancouver or have been here for like 20 plus years? Yeah, a lot of us. And long before I ever attended this church, long before I ever came to like a college group or anything like that, I frequented a coffee shop that is across the parking lot from this building called The Portal. It's where all of our church offices are. It's where we do a lot of our events. And at the time that I was frequenting that coffee shop, it was just a working coffee shop that had concerts and shows and things like that. And this was the early 2000s. This was before coffee shops were really common in Vancouver, so it was really cool to be able to have a space, to be able to hang out, go to shows, and do stuff like that. When I eventually joined this church, I discovered that the vision, the mission behind that coffee shop is that the Portal was meant to be a place between the community and the church. It was kind of a third place, an in-between. And so the vision for the Portal was really all about creating space for people in the community to come have a cup of coffee and to be engaged in conversation around Jesus, to enjoy community with each other, to enjoy all of the good things that we as a church really love and value. Unfortunately, the coffee shop didn't survive. It wasn't a long-lasting business model until now. Because I am excited to announce that we are resurrecting the Portal Coffee Shop. Super excited about this, and it's still the exact same vision that we had back in the early 2000s. We are carrying it on here in 2024, but this time with the professional help of Kevin and his crew at Jebale Coffee. So, Kevin, why don't you share a little bit about what's happening at the Portal?
Well, I was running over to set up some tables over there, so I was out. Excited about it, super excited. So some of you know Jebale's been doing the coffee here for a year or more, something like that. And so I'll step back just a second and say, with Jebale, it was born out of about Rennie, my daughter. Say hello, Rennie. She studied abroad and went to Uganda, met a boy, fell in love. Say hello, Jonah. And I went out to meet with Jonah so he could propose to her, ask for her hand in marriage. It was beautiful, really incredible. And in the process, learned that his family is in a coffee region, but had not really been involved in coffee before. And I've been involved in coffee before. We had planted a church, and the church was in the coffee shop. It was the coffee shop down in Portland. So we have some history in this, and I wanted to get back into it all the way back to the farmers. That's background. So now we buy cherries from farmers, the fruit that makes coffee beans, and we overpay the farmers to support them and help them build kind of a sustainable life, because it's very difficult to get to them, and we have consistency with them now. And so changing the lives of people in Uganda. And then we have a crew out in Uganda and a processing facility there. So we process the cherries, get the seeds out, dry them, mill them, bring them over as green coffee, roast them here in Battleground, and that's what you drink on Sunday mornings. So pretty incredible, right? And Uganda, if you don't know, it's on this side of the globe, and we're on this side of the globe. So it's not an easy process to get it from there to here. So when we talked about this, really just love the vision of the Portal. The Portal really was the history of that. This church that we planted that was a coffee shop, some folks from Vancouver Vineyard went to that church and said, wow, check this out. Look what they're doing here. We're going to make that up in Vancouver. So it really was built in the similar likeness too, including concrete countertops, and we had a little half-round stage in the corner and like all that stuff. And so we're familiar with the vision and are happy to be part of it now. The goal is that today After church, if you want to come over and get a free latte or mocha, afterwards it's going to be kind of a reception for people over there. Peter, who you'll meet, is going to be running the coffee shop day to day. He used to run Public Domain, if you know Public Domain, downtown Portland, a great little craft coffee shop. And then today will be just a reception. You guys come, have a drink, enjoy it, see the new space, the way it's kind of been updated a little bit. We're not quite done with it yet. Next Sunday, we'll do a soft opening day, just for the day, from 8 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. And then the week after that, we'll have open hours through the weekend. The long term is Wednesday through Sunday. And we'll do a grand opening in 2 weeks on Saturday after we do an opening and have some time to break stuff and fix stuff. So, and then it'll be ongoing Wednesday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll kind of see. The goal is to serve the people in this church, the other churches that meet here, and the community around, in that order. So the things that happen at church will still happen there. As long as you're okay praying with other people around, you can pray. So there's stuff that we'll continue to do there in the coffee shop. It's primarily driven by the church, owned by the church. We're just operating the coffee bar side of it.
All right. Yeah, give it up. So, a couple quick questions for you, Kevin. You said Wednesday through Sunday, 8 to 2. We do a lot of prayer meetings, and we do a lot of outreach to Hudson's Bay High School. Does that mean we're not going to do that anymore?
No, absolutely not. So, as I sort of alluded to, if you're okay praying with other people around, come and pray. Prayer groups will meet there. There's an area kind of in the back. We're happy to set up that area and have some reserved seating back there. You'll see it if you go over there. It's kind of an L back there, and that's a little bit more secluded if you want a little more quiet place, or there'll be fireplace seating, or there'll be other seating that you're welcome to use for that. The things with Hudson Bay, absolutely keep doing those, and we'll be closed at 2 is the initial plan. It may go a little longer. We're going to do our best to manage truant kids. We'll see. And we'll still have all the groups meet there and can help. We will do some evening times of music as well, which will be awesome on Fridays or Saturday nights, or maybe Fridays and Saturday nights, and have coffee service then too.
And this coffee shop, it's run by the church. Is it going to be an exclusively Christians-only coffee shop, Christian music only playing?
It's a great question, Marshall. We will not be checking IDs at the door. No, it's really, I think our faith is meant to be lived out in front of everybody, right? I think that's who we're called to be, a presence, a light in a dark place. Plenty of darkness around. We want to invite those folks to come in and meet us. Turns out we're not as bad as everybody thinks we are. Just connecting with those folks in really casual, natural places. There's not much that you would do in a church or a church office that you wouldn't do in a coffee shop. So we really want to bring those worlds together. As the name The Portal implies, it's a place in, it's a place to connect. And that's what we want the vision to be, ongoing.
Awesome. That's all I've got. So I'm super excited. Go get a free cup of coffee after church. Come and see the space. Come and ask questions. We would love for you to come and hang out. And it's just across the parking lot from this building. Sound good? Yeah. All right. Here we go. Thanks, Kevin.